Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me for another episode of VGC 2018 preparation. We're going to be using the same team that we were using in the past two episodes, which is the Camerupt Sun team and Sun team because I had a sunny day on my aromatisse. And I want to start off this episode by saying, first and foremost, thank you to everyone who watches my videos. Thank you to all of my subscribers, people who have been reaching out to me, because that is literally the number one reason why I make these videos. It's the number one reason why I play VGC in the first place. I like meeting new people. I like making content for people. I also like watching my own content so I can go back and reflect on what I could have done better as well. But I really do appreciate that everyone that does watch these episodes. The reason why I'm saying this is because I had someone that actually reached out to me about a week ago, asking if there was going to be any uploads. He was kind of kidding with me, and I knew he was, but I really did appreciate the fact that someone was actually reaching out to me, asking me if there were going to be any videos, because that shows to me that you know, he enjoys the content and he's watching the content, which is great because it's essentially why I make these videos. But I don't want to get to the point where I feel like I need to come home from work and essentially I'm working like a 12-hour workday, and I feel like I have to make a video. Like I don't want it to come to that point, because then it's not enjoyable and it becomes a job instead of a chore. Although I kind of like my job, but you know what I'm saying. So there are some days where I'm not going to have any videos, or might even be a full week where I don't have any videos, and then there's really nothing I can do about that, because again, I don't want to force myself to be making these videos. I kind of just want to come home and be like, hey, I do want to play Pokemon today. I'll make a video while I play Pokemon. So, you know, kill two birds with one stone. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. I had a pretty good day. I worked out in the morning. Had a pretty good work day, barring the fact that it was absolutely friggin' insane. But we're going to jump on Battle Spot Doubles right now. Practice for some VGC 2018. He knows what he wants to use. Wow, he knows what he wants to use. It's probably going to be the Whimsicott Terrakion, if I had to guess. I mean, I really can't see him leading anything else. I mean, he could lead the Aegislash, probably go for like a never-ending nightmare. Maybe the Landorus and go for a Rock Slide flinch, and I don't know. But I'm going to be leading my Staraptor right here, unless he leads the Aegislash, which that's okay. If he leads the Aegislash, it's not looking too good. I switch in my Snorlax. So that Snorlax is definitely going to be coming in the back. Terrakion could have Roar as well. I don't anticipate it to. Probably Rock Slide, Close Combat, Protect, and something else. And Whimsicott probably has Beat Up on it. And I'm just going to bring the Tapu Bulu right... not Tapu Bulu. The Camerupt. So we're going to see how well this plays out. He's using a QR code team, so obviously he's just trying to scout out what he wants to use in VGC 2018 before Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon comes out and have some fun. So we're going to get into this. So I completely forgot how to read Hedigane again, although I kind of retaught myself 3 times. Whimsicott Terrakion. Usually when people use QR code teams, they don't necessarily know how to use the team to the fullest potential, so they usually lead with what the team has, like, it's gimmicky part of the team. And this is definitely a gimmicky part of the team, because he's going to go for a beat up right here, and he can't protect beat up, so I can just go for he can't necessarily anticipate me going for a Final Gambit, right? So I feel like the best play right here is to go for the Final Gambit into Terrakion. It's not going to have 192 HP. It could be trained in like some HP investments, considering the fact that you're getting your attack boost with the Whimsicott. And I'm just going to go for the Trick Room right here. He can't taunt me, he can't Encore me, and that's why Aromatisse is on his team. That's why it's so good. He just wasn't prepared for this lead. He clearly was not prepared for this lead. So I think it was either last episode or the episode before that. People were prematurely quitting. Now, granted, the one game where the Kangaskhan was in Psychic Terrain, and it was his own Psychic Terrain too. So I don't know why you would have a Kangaskhan on a Tapu Lele team when you want to fake out and Sucker Punch. I mean, it had Tailwind, but people are like, there's a lot of premature forfeits, which I get CP out of them, so I don't mind. I kind of want to play that out, because I wanted to see what he was going to do. Was he going to switch into something else? He could have very well have switched into his Aegislash on the Terrakion, and then maybe gone for like a move into my Staraptor. It would have brought me down to about probably half if you would have went for a Moonblast. Granted, I get my Trick Room up. He might not know that I'm a Aromavale. He could have went for an Encore into the Aromatisse. It could have went a lot of different ways, but we're going to be playing against Gion now. So Gion's going to have the good old core of Tapu Koko and Garchomp. The Muck. The Muck is going to be insane in 2018. I do want to say that right now because Alola Muck gets Recycle in 2018 because of the tutor moves, which is going to be freaking insane. It gets Gunk Shot, it gets Poison Shot, it gets Knockoff. It's gonna have Recycle now, so a Curse, Recycle, Protect, and maybe like Knockoff or Poison Jab. You could not even have Protect on your Muck. It's just gonna be an insane set. You just gotta watch out for those special attackers. I got his pick right now. This looks like a VGC 17 team. Porygon 2 could obviously lead right here. I don't think he'll lead the Porygon 2. I think he's going to lead the Garchomp and the Tapu Koko. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for the Aromatisse. I'm going to bring the Staraptor in the front. Now, if this is Scarf Garchomp, it will outspeed the Staraptor, which is kind of unfortunate, but that's okay, I guess, because a Discharge and a Rock Slide won't be able to take out the Aromatisse. I'm going to bring the camera up in the back, and I'm going to bring the Snorlax, because the Tapu Bulu, it's okay. You could switch terrains, but Tapu Bulu, I mean, it's not going to be able to take out the Porygon 2 all too well. Doesn't have a very good matchup against the Marowak. I feel like the Marowak it has a good matchup against this team. The only loss, I have 2 losses with this team. You know, knock on wood. I'm 29-2 with this team now, and the one loss was due to a might go for a Poison Jab or just a Tectonic Rage, in which won't knock me up because I get the Intimidate off. And the Porygon really can't do too much unless he wants to go for the Reverse Trick Room. What was I about to say? I don't know, I can't really think right now. You know what? I'm gonna kind of be cheap right now and look up Porygon 2s because I know it's in the 90s. It's not in the 200s. I'm gonna look up Porygon 2 stats. I'm gonna see if it's going to be in the if it's like 192. See, I'm looking at speed. What the hell am I looking at speed for? It has the same HP stat, so I'm actually gonna go for a final Gambit into the Porygon 2 and Trick Room. He's likely not going to protect the Porygon 2. Garchomp's going to Rock Slide, so it's Scarf Chomp, unfortunately, so... that does so much damage. Hopefully hopefully I don't get crit right here. I mean, not crit, I'm sorry. Hopefully I don't flinch. Man, that would have been able to take out the Porygon if he wasn't Scarfed. So he's going to Trick Room. Let's see if I flinch. If I flinch, that would be awesome. So that was definitely one thing that he could have done right there. I was thinking about doubling up into the Porygon 2, honestly. I'm bringing my camera up to right here, because it's, you know, he's Scarfed though. I could have brought in the camera up to right there. Huh. That's okay. I'm just gonna go for Belly Drum. Question is, we're gonna play the mind games right now. Does he go for another Trick Room? Because I just go for the Moonblast with the Garchomp, and then I could just get off a Belly Drum. And if it goes over to Trick Room, he's setting me up. Don't think he's going to go for that call, and then I'm going to go for a Belly Drum on my Snorlax right here. If he goes for another Trick Room right here, good. I mean, ooh, Snorlax avoids. Perfect. We're going to get a Belly Drum up. See, now, what he's doing is, if he's going for a Trick Room right here, it's... Okay, he's going to recover. Fine, because I can go for a return into the Porygon 2. Let's see if we don't flinch with the Aromatisse, because if he was going for a Trick Room right there, what he's doing is he's preventing me... I mean, he's preventing himself from allowing me for getting up Trick Room, because if he's going for a Trick Room, he wants me to Trick Room, so he can reverse the Trick Room. But now he has the potential to flinch, and now I'm outside of Trick Room. But he really doesn't have, you know, much offense on the field, because if the Porygon 2 is going to Trick Room right here, it's going to go last. It's going to go after my Snorlax, and then I could just go for an attack into it. He does have the Marowak, but not too threatened by it, because if I get up to Trick Room, he switches in his Marowak on the Porygon 2 slot. I could just go for the high horsepower into that, and I go for the Moonblast into the Garchomp slot. The Garchomp's just Rock Sliding. It's not doing too much damage. Now, it can, again, flinch, which is kind of annoying. But if he goes for another Trick Room, I'll be able to I'll be able to prevent him from getting that up. I feel like he's going to switch into Marowak at a Porygon 2 slot. I am not going to play risky right here and go for a high horsepower into the Porygon 2. Boring. Like, you know, he could very well not switch out. Is that another critical hit on the Aromatisse? Wow, Aromatisse is just getting hammered right here. Crit. I mean, that's... If there's a... Aaron Zhang has already shown you that. If there's a Rock Slide, there is a way. You can flinch, you can get crits. I've gotten 1 flinch and 2 crits on the Aromatisse, so the more times that you're able to go for a Rock Slide, the more chances that you have that happening. But now the Garchomp is going to be going last. And since it's Scarfed, it can't protect, and then that's basically a free KO into that slot, unless he switches into his Marowak on that slot, because I'm not going to go for a high horsepower into that slot. We'll go for a return into that slot. So, the Aromatisse, Muck, that's fine. I can go for a... I don't have my berry anymore. So, I think if anything, the Muck's going to be inclined to go for a Poison Jab into my Aromatisse, which would be fine. I think that would be able to knock it out. I feel like I should double up into the Garchomp, go for a high horsepower and a Moonblast, because the high horsepower would cover the Marowak switch in, because I don't think the high horsepower would knock out the Garchomp, although it might. Now, what is my Snorlax speed right here? I'm 31, so the Aromatisse is going to be faster. Kind of don't want to blow it. I'm going to go for a switch out into the Camerupt right here. And then I'm going to go for a return right here. He might switch it into Marowak onto the Garchomp slot. That's fine. I feel like, if anything, he's going to go for a Poison Jab into the Aromatisse just to get rid of it because it threatens his Garchomp. No, he's just going to stand. So maybe he doesn't even have the Marowak in the back. This is going to take out the Garchomp. Again, like I had said, if anything, he's going to go for the Poison Jab into the Aromatisse, which Camerupt will resist. No, a knockoff. Okay, I don't have my berry anymore. And since I don't have my berry, I can still recycle it. So, I would have went for... Yeah, he doesn't have the Marowak in the back. I would have went for a Poison Jab into the Snorlax because that would have the potential to poison me. So, I mean, I'm just going to switch into my Aromatisse right here again. Well, how many turns of Trick Room? I don't necessarily need to switch in unless there's only 1 turn of Trick Room left. There's 2 turns of Trick Room. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for a Mega Evolution, and I'm going to Earth Power that, and then I'm going to return the Primarina. The Primarina might very well be Specs, in which case it can't protect, and then I'm just going to get a knockout into that. And the Earth Power, since it takes advantage of the ability Sheer Force, it should be able to one-shot the Mach. So, let's see how this wants to play out. We have 2 very strong attackers on the field, and even if I, like, somehow lost my Camerupt right here, if the Primarina survives this return, which I don't think it will, I would still have the Aromatisse in the back, and then I can just go for a Heal Pulse and high horsepower into the Mach. Okay, so very good game right here. Pretty clean game. Granted, we did get a 2 crits, and we did flinch the 1 time, but we're able to get up the Trick Room. That's Aromatisse's main job, is to get up the Trick Room. Sunny Days for Rain Team, Sunny Days to boost the power for Camerupt's Eruptions. Snorlax is still really good in this format. It's probably going to be really prevalent throughout the entire 2018 format because the fact that it gets Gluttony and those new Pinch Berries in Sun and Moon, it's just so much more viable now because you can Belly Drum and then you can gain back all of the health that you lost from that Belly Drum. Because before, you could Belly Drum, and then you would proc your Citrus Berry, but that doesn't get you all the way back up, so you have a potential to get O-Code by maybe like a close combat or something like that. Let's say, for an example, we're playing James Baek, so this is going to be a very good match. I'm going to shut up right here, because I actually have to focus. So, James is using a pretty interesting team. So, he's the Kangaskhan, Manectric, Kawacha, the Cresselia, Tapu Lele, and the Nidoqueen. Okay. So, if I had to guess, I think the Nidoqueen actually gets Sheer Force as well. So, I think the Nidoqueen and the Kangaskhan would be a pretty good lead for him, as well as the Kangaskhan and the Cresselia to reverse my Trick Room. Or the Kangaskhan and the Tapu Fini to even get up a Fake Out Calm Mind. Now, even if I lead my Persian and my Aromatisse, it still doesn't matter because he could have inner focus, which he could still get a fake out onto my Aromatisse. What should I do right here? It's not like if I lead my Aromatisse and my Snorlax, I'll be able to get up a Belly Drum safely because he could just still go for a low kick and then I lose my Snorlax. Well, not lose it, but I could lose it to a double up or just get a lot of damage onto it. And then he still has the availability to go for a Sucker Punch. So I'm going to go for this lead right here because he's going to have to pick which one he wants to fake out. I'm going to bring the camera up in the back. See, how's the Persian look in this? It's going to be a really good matchup. And hopefully I don't whiff this too badly. Is that a word? Too badly, because James is an incredibly good player. So good luck to you, James. James Baek. I'll leave a link in the description below to his channel, so you guys can subscribe to him. He makes videos almost on a daily basis. Really good player, and he could very well be recording this match right now, but I don't think he is because I think he's just recording for VGC 17 currently. So we're gonna lead the Aromatisse and the Staraptor. Don't necessarily know whether or not he'll know the Aromatisse's ability. Yep, really good lead on his part. So he's probably going to go for a Sludge Bomb into the Aromatisse. Now, I don't know whether or not the Aromatisse, unfortunately, will be able to survive that. Especially if it's Life Orbed. So, a really good play for him right here would be for a Sludge Bomb into the Aromatisse. And then go for a Fake Out into the Staraptor. Question is, do I survive that? I don't really feel like looking it up right now. Because if I don't get up Trick Room, I'm going to have a really hard time trying to win this game. So I'm going to go for the final Gambit into the Kangaskhan. He has to fake me out right here. And I'm going to hope I survive this Sludge Bomb. If I don't survive the Sludge Bomb, good game. I could have very well have switched to my Camerupt right there. But yet again, what do I really gain from that? He can outspeed me the following turn, go for an Earth Power, and Double Edge into the Camerupt. This has to go into, yep, the Staraptor, which is fine. I have 151 HP still left to go for another final Gambit. He's going to go for the Sludge Bomb into the Aromatisse. He does exactly what I thought he was going to do. And I survive! That's exactly what I was hoping for. And it doesn't look like it is, well, if it was Sheer Force, you wouldn't have any, recoil. Alright. So, the Staraptor is going to be slower now. Could have very well have switched into something on my Staraptor slot because I knew he was going to fake out that slot. So, kind of a blunder on my part. I could very well go for a U-turn just to get some chip onto the Kangaskhan right there. And then he could double up into the Aromatisse because another Sludge Bomb into the Aromatisse would be able to take me out. So I'm gonna try to bring in my Camerupt right here, and then I can bring the Aromatisse back in on my the other slot, and then I can go for a Heal Pulse and then an Eruption. And you also, I think I'm gonna have to go for the Heat Wave because he's gonna be able to go for a Sucker Punch. So the Kangaskhan's going to switch out. Let's see what switches in right here. Tapu Fini, okay. Pretty good switch. Gonna go for an Ice Beam. Probably into the Staraptor. Yeah. And I don't survive. Okay. Yeah, so it's definitely Life Orb Sheer Force. Tapu Fini's a problem. Okay, I'm going to go for a Sunny Day Eruption right here. It should do at least half to the Fini. And going to hope that it doesn't knock me out with a Water-type attack. Let's see what he has in the back. Again, he has the Kangaskhan. I think he just leaves his Needle... I think he's going to protect the Needle Queen right here. It's not choiced. And then her returns of Trick Room will I have that left up after this. He could go for a Calm Mind right here, but I'm under Trick Room, so I'm inclined to attack right here. So I'm going to go for a Moonblast right there. I'm going to match the Needle Queen's Protect. I feel like the Needle Queen's going to Protect right here. It's got Ice Beam. It doesn't protect. Okay. Let's see what the... I feel like the Tapu Fini is going to go for, like, some type of, yeah, Muddy Water. Okay. I also had the potential to go, to... Okay. Alright. So, we got some chip onto the Tapu Fini. We have 2 more turns of Trick Room left after this. I don't think the Muddy Water will be able to knock my Camerupt out. And again, the Aromatisse will be able to get the Sunny Day up before the Camerupt goes for an Eruption right here. This would be a good situation in which I would have been able to put Solar Beam on my Camerupt. Again, that situation coming into play once more. Came into play again before with the Tapu Fini. I might have to do that in the future. This is still going to do a lot of damage. It takes out the Nidoqueen as I anticipate it. Let's see if this Muddy Water is able to take me out. It's probably Specs. The Camerupt avoids! That is one thing that I said that could very well happen, but I still don't think this would have been able to take me out. Alright, so the Kangaskhan's going to come in right here. Obvious play for me is to go for a Protect into the Camerupt. Obvious play for me to go for Protect into the Camerupt. I'm not going to bring that in right there. Well, actually, I can bring in my Snorlax onto this slot. It's kind of a bummer that the Staraptor didn't really do anything, but I could have preserved it for later to go for a final Gambit later in the game. Definitely misplay on my part. He has to fake out the Camerupt. Yeah, he has to fake out the Camerupt. So I'm going to bring in my Snorlax right here. I'm going to give him the option to take out my Snorlax or let me get up a Trick Room the following turn. Because I could very easily go for an Eruption right here. Yep. Actually still does a lot of damage to the Snorlax. Moonblast is going to go into the Tapu Fini. I was going to say, it would have been nice if we would have got a high roll or a special attack drop right there, but we're in the sun. Looks like he is Specs, because if he wasn't Specs, he wouldn't be going for Muddy Waters. Accuracy drop on the Snorlax is kind of annoying. Our Berry did get procced earlier. He has to take out the Aromatisse right now. So he's going to go for another Muddy Water. Thing is, I don't know whether or not that's Choice Fini. You can go for a low kick into the Snorlax. Who else could he have in the back? Cresselia, Halacha. I'm going to go for a Trick Room here, obviously. Don't necessarily want to go for a Belly Drum right here, because he could go for the low kick into the Snorlax. So I'm going to go for the return right here. He's going to withdraw the Fini for the Camerupt in the back. Then he has to be going for the attack into the Misty Seed? Okay, Misty Seed. It's going to be going into the Aromatisse, yeah. So, let's see how much this return does. I could have gotten a Belly Drum up, but the Snorlax could have very well have just outsped the following turn. Still does a considerable amount of damage. Sun's still up. Can't Protect, unfortunately. So I'm going to have to go for a Heat Wave right here. How many turns of Sun? 2 more turns of Sun. So, I go for a Heat Wave right here. Halacha could have... it's probably Z-move Halacha, too. It's probably going to go for the Z-move into the Camerupt, and the Kangaskhan's probably going to go for a low kick into the Snorlax. Which case I don't think I could do anything about. I could Protect the Camerupt, but if the Snorlax goes down, then it's just a double attack into the Camerupt. I don't think a low kick takes my Snorlax out, either. He could very well go for the double edge into the Camerupt and then the Z move into the Snorlax. So I'm just gonna double attack right here. Rain Dance. Wow. Okay. I was not anticipating that whatsoever. That's pretty cool. I think he was running a Rain Dance Hitmonlee before, too. Stomp! Why not return? The Stomp? Kangaskhan avoids, which this wasn't doing much damage, but it could have been enough chip in order for the return to take him out, but I did get a miss with the Muddy Water before. Wow, critical hit, okay. So, critical hit making up for the miss from the Heat Wave. If only I would have gotten a high roll before with my Feeny. So, Rain Dance. Probably high jump kick, some type of flying move, and protect. Pretty nice tech. Pretty nice tech. Just goes for a Muddy Water and a fighting type attack into the Snorlax. Yeah, he just goes for a Muddy Water and a fighting type attack into Snorlax. The high jump kick could very well miss. So I'm going to protect right here. And then I'm going to return the Tapu Fini. Protecting to, you know, if I don't get knocked out with my Snorlax, I at least preserve the Acrobatics. Okay. Maybe he doesn't have a fighting type attack? It's going to proc my Berry. This is why I didn't want to Belly Drum before. So, Muddy Water? Muddy Water. Okay, so the Protect was good because it's going to preserve the spread damage for the following turn. I'll be able to knock out the Tapu Fini this turn, barring a miss because I did get an accuracy drop. That does a lot of damage. Oh, okay, I do hit. So the Acrobatics does more damage because he did use his Misty Seed earlier. But that basically tells me that he doesn't have a... I'm going to recycle right here. That basically tells me that he doesn't have a fighting type attack. Encore. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. He's going to Encore me into recycle. Oh, my goodness. I didn't even know that thing got Encore. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. This is absolutely ridiculous. Oh, man. I should have just went for a return right there. Oh, my goodness. He just goes for an Encore. Yep. Wow. Now, he can essentially Encore me into Recycle forever. He's going to have a hard time taking out the Snorlax, so he should be going for the KO into the Camerupt first. He should be going for the hit into the Camerupt now, because I had successfully protected the previous turn. And I got Double Protect off, probably into Snorlax, because I can't protect the Snorlax. Oh no, he just goes into the Camerupt. Yeah, so anticipating the Protect into that, so the rain does stop. Camerupt's Encore does end right here, but he could just continuously Encore me, which is kind of frustrating. Really, really frustrating. It's going to be a long, drawn-out game, though, because he's going to have to keep Encoring me. If only I had just returned. If only I had just returned. This is kind of silly. Now he's just going to Encore me over here. Oh, man. And then I just go for... I mean, I kind of want to go for a return, but... I don't really have a say in the matter if he does go for another Encore. Yeah. How much PP does Encore have? I think it's... Isn't it 5? I think he's gone for 4 Encore so far. I have to go for the Protect right here, and I have to go for the Recycle here, unfortunately. Encore... Pokemon... Yeah, it's only got 5 PP. It's not going to knock me out. gonna Recycle. Camerupt's Encore ends. I'm going to go for a Heat Wave right here, so he has to Encore me again. You know what? Let me see. I have 1 turn left on my Encore. I'm actually going to Protect right here, because I'm going to force him to choose what Pokemon he wants to Encore the following turn. He could very well predict this and go for a Acrobatics into the Snorlax. Yep. Great play. Great play, but I have a Berry to proc. Now he has to pick who he wants to Encore, which it will probably end up being the Snorlax. Because I have the potential to miss my Heat Wave, which is kind of unfortunate. And if he hadn't... Okay, he's just gonna Acrobatics into the camera up. Okay, so we're gonna get a return off, and now he's gonna have to Encore me into return if he wants to. And then, did I get my Berry back again? Did I go for another Encore? This is gonna be another KO right here. So we're gonna pull this game out. Wow. Again, RNG playing a factor in this game, but again, that's Pokemon. Can't really do anything about that. Acrobatics, I don't even think a crit would matter right here. And yeah, I did end up recycling my Berry. Okay, so not going for the Belly Drum was the right call, because return was still doing a bunch of damage in the end. The Muddy Water miss onto the camera up was absolutely huge. I'm not going to lie at all and say it wasn't. And sorry, James, it was a big miss. It was a huge benefit on my side. I think if I do get hit with that Muddy Water, I don't think it's going to KO, but it would have put me into Acrobatics range, in which it would have been like a 1v1 with Halachi in the end with Snorlax, and probably would have been Encored a little bit longer. That could have played a factor in that. I definitely didn't play optimally in the beginning of the match. I kind of sacrificed my Staraptor to the Ice Beam. I knew the Fake Out was coming out, so I could have very well switched into my camera up that turn. To gain a little bit of momentum, because I would have been able to get my Trick Room up right there. I was basically banking on surviving with my Aromatisse. It's basically all defense and special defense. Again, like 4 EVs in special attack and the rest in HP. It's very bulky. So now I know that I can survive, barring the fact that it might have been modest or timid. I'm going to have to run that calculation after this video, but I survived that. I could have very well have been a roll. I could have gotten a low roll. It could very well knock me out if we were to play game 2. I can't really bank on that, but I was banking on it in this game because it is the best of 1. I survived to get up Trick Room. If I would have switched into my counter up on the Fake Out, I would have been able to Eruption Sunny Day the following turn. The Feeny wouldn't have been on the field. James played great. He put out the Feeny on the field when he knew my camera up was going to be switching in. He just played pretty good. A weird Halacha set. Not having a fighting type move really does hinder its ability to deal with the Snorlax and other normal type Pokemon, and I should have known right away that it couldn't have gone for a Z move because the Misty Seat procced on it. Anyway, guys, thank you again for watching my videos. I really do appreciate it. I want to record these when it doesn't feel like a chore, and I do want to enjoy making these videos like I had in this video. So I hope you, in return, enjoy watching my videos. I am 30-2 with this team, which is absolutely insane. So we're gonna keep trucking along. Probably gonna be streaming this weekend because I finally have off. Guaranteed that will it's gonna be on Saturday. I'll put like a tweet out and a Discord message out. But I'm going a little bit too long with this outro. Anyway, guys, great episode. I really did enjoy it. Catch you all later. Peace.